Good morning, and welcome to another of Savar's seasonal adventures. Today, we're knocking out 2 entire events, because there's 2 major events happening right now. One of them is the Make It Rain campaign happening in the Gold Saucer, and the other one is the Yokai Watch collaboration event. There is only an initial quest that comes with the Yokai Watch collab, but there are also 17 minions that I can't get all of them on this character. But it doesn't matter, because we're going to read those minions anyway. Well, without further ado, let's start some quests. Alright, Mr. Poor-Heeled Youth. A complete game changer. The poor-heeled youth is visibly vexed. Ah! How could I have lost? My strategy was foolproof. Listen, friend, if you have an inclination towards that Lord of Verminion game at the Gold Saucer, I'd say you'd best think twice. I spent a fortune on my critters and had scores of victories to boast. Then some newcomer waltzed up and challenged me. I knew there was something strange about him, an Aura with a hair of vibrant hue, glint in his eye, calling himself the Maundering Executive or some such. Still, I'm not one to turn down a match, novice or veteran. Hells, I even gave him a head start. But the minions he used, they weren't like any I'd ever seen before. They were demons, I tell you. I accused him of cheating, but he said he had petitioned the Gold Saucer to use them for battle. And the little buggers were approved. Needless to say, my beloved team was torn to shreds every time. Seems like anything qualifies these days. I've completely lost my appetite for the game. But if you're curious about these so-called minions, you should head over to the Gold Saucer and take a look yourself. He was still loitering around there when I left. Oh, Jesus. Oh, and that red monstrosity. I've never seen a cat like it. Where in the 7 hells did he get it? Oh, so cats do exist in this world. Well, whatever. Before we go, though, let's also talk to this gentleman over here. Quavain. Of impish importance. Quavain is convinced that the truth is out there. That eclectic attire, that distinct scent of the unknown. You, my good stranger, must be an adventurer. You have found yourself in the company of Quavain, a journalist for the Thavnarian Truth. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. Are you aware of the festivities currently underway at the Gold Saucer? They guarantee a generous MGP bonus to those who participate, but I have reason to believe that there is more to this celebration than meets the eye. As a writer for the premier publication on unexplained and otherworldly phenomena, I was drawn not only to the promise of copious cactpots, but to the rumors of enigmatic water imps that have suddenly proliferated amongst the saucer's patrons. Okay. We at the Thavnarian Truth have been looking to expand our investigations across the star, and this supernatural scoop presents us with the ideal opportunity. Why have the imps made themselves known now? What do they intend to accomplish? I must cover this groundbreaking story with all due haste, but I cannot hope to answer all these questions alone. Tell me, adventurer, would you aid me in my pursuit of truth? Yeah, sure, man. Excellent, excellent. Then let us reconvene at the Gold Saucer's entrance square. Very bizarre. Well, off we go to do some gambling. Ah, hey, there's that wandering executive. I guess we'll check in with him first. Can I help you? Ah, I suppose word has gotten out about this little fellow. That guy. I would be delighted to tell you about him, truly, but I'm afraid I'm preoccupied at the moment. I'm waiting for someone who is unreasonably late. Wait, now that I think about it, you're an adventurer, aren't you? Alternatively, I may have a proposition for you. If you help me out, I will tell you more about my feline friend here. Do you accept? Yeah, sure, whatever. And the deal is struck. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a tradesman come from far beyond the borders of Eorzea. Though I am a slave to Wanderlust, I occasionally return to my homeland, where I manage a sizable company that deals in eccentric commodities. Thus the locals called me the Wandering Executive, and I wear the title with pride. I am often accompanied by an erudite traveling companion, but he appears to have gotten quite lost on this journey. While we were strolling in the twilight of the Black Shroud, when he We were strolling in the twilight of the Black Shroud when he grew excited and scampered off to do some sightseeing of his own. He was aware that I had some affairs to take care of here, so I thought to let him enjoy himself while I finished with my tasks and standed in one spot forever. But he hasn't shown up in hours. Perhaps you could ask around Vent Branch for me and find out what's keeping him? Sure, I guess. What does he look like? Oh, I almost forgot to mention, my friend is not of my tribe. He's a rotund little soul, white as snow and floats through the air like a cloud. Except if clouds could speak, and I hope they wouldn't be as long-winded as he. Are you looking for a ghost? You ask my real name? My apologies, but you must understand, I cannot reveal that so readily to someone I barely know in a strange land. If you'll help me by finding my friend, perhaps I will tell it to you. Alright, detour then. Okay. Excuse me, have you seen a ghost? That sounds like a Moogle, sure enough. Quiet as a mouse when they're hiding, but once they reveal themselves, they never stop chattering. The one I saw a few nights ago was hundreds of yalms away, and I could still hear his voice. I was peering off into the distance and between the boughs of the trees when I sighted a well-dressed Aura traveler with fiery violet hair and a Moogle flying beside him. It was a strange sight, if I do say so myself. Granted, I never saw a Moogle myself before this instance, but it most assuredly was one. You seen a ghost, Moogle? I haven't seen anything like that, but it seems too coincidental that there was talk in Gridania recently about an unnatural being that was disturbing the elementals. The Padgels were saying they'd never seen a spirit like it and feared it would taint the Twelves would. Seedseer Oap Pessi himself sealed it away near the Guardian Tree. The Padgels said Oap Pessi actually struggled to contain the thing, despite being well-versed in unnatural phenomena in the forest. What was the word they used to describe it? Moist? No, slippery. Oh, we're after a moist ghost. Brown white, floats through the air. You sure it's a person? No, it's a ghost, I think. Or a Moogle? I don't know. Because I'd say you're searching for one of them Moogles. In any case, you'd be out of luck since they only appear when they want to be seen. I wish I could meet them too. Chocobo chicks have lots of feathered fluff, but bet nothing could compare with cuddling a Moogle. Well, I guess I'll check out the Guardian Tree then. I feel like that's not supposed to be there. You'd think they would have taken this away. If they sealed something inside of it, why didn't they move it away? Fuck it, whatever. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves of the Guardian Tree as the antiquated stone vessel sits unmoving underneath. Nevertheless, you cannot help but feel a shiver up your spine. Ah, well, let's crack it open. What's the worst that could happen? I don't give a shit about this Gridania place. Okay, that's an Allegan orb. Uh-oh, that's probably bad. What the fuck?
Ah, you freed me! Much appreciated indeed. But where are my manners? Whisper at your service. I am a yokai, a supernatural being.
Huh?
I know. You're wondering why I was in that spooky stone capsule. I was floating along, taking in the scenery, when night fell and I lost sight of the path.
What? But you can fly. Couldn't you just, like, go up?
I wandered until I came across a small boy and asked him how to return to Vent Branch. But that self-righteous horn child declared me an unnatural presence in the forest and locked me away. Oh, I was so horribly cramped. Why would he do such a thing to an innocent visitor of these lands? I never said I was an evil supernatural being. I was defenseless, I tell you. Utterly defenseless, unwary, vulnerable. Anyway, I happen to come from another tribe of yokai who know how to reward my liberators properly, and therefore I have a gift to bestow upon you, my new corporeal friend. Here!
What is this? Why is it wet?
It's not wet, it's moist. That impressive device is called a yokai watch. It will allow you to encounter other supernatural beings like myself. With that on your wrist, the mundane will become the magnificent. Oh, the unbelievable things you'll see with that watch. If it weren't broken. Now, do not think I would give my savior a watch entirely beyond repair. It's just that I had not found someone worthy enough for a long time. My friend had been meaning to take a look at it, but...
Yeah, your friend is looking for you. You're late.
Yes, that's him all right. He sent you to rescue me? Splendid. So he was waiting for me at the Gold Saucer, was he? Had I not gotten lost and put my precarious position, I would thoroughly have set off for the desert at once. Let us depart without delay. If you give the watch to him when we arrive, I am sure he will repair it for you, and then it will allow you to encounter unbelievable beings like myself. So, you got any money? I'm not really liquid right now. I'm kind of gaseous. How the fuck do I say that with this accent?
Okay, well, back we go. Hey, I made it. Oh, good, you already got here.
Woo! We've reached the Gold Saucer at last! Now would be the opportune moment to present my pal with that stylish yokai watch I conferred upon you. They'll find a way to mend it in no time since he's a creative sort.
Sure, whatever. Whisper explained everything that transpired. What luck you were able to find my friend. Had you not, I would never have known he'd been sealed inside that vessel. You have my sincerest gratitude. He told me you have something to show me as well. Yeah, I got this broken yokai watch. Gadget attached to a colorful wristband. While it appears to be some sort of clockwork mechanism, it shows no sign of movement. Ah, I see. So he decided to give you the yokai watch. A broken yokai watch, rather. However, there's no need to worry. Whatever my spirited companion did to it appears to be completely repairable. Wait a moment while I get out my tools. Right here in the saucer? In public? In front of everybody? Yes, I see. Unjam the slot. Set that hand back a couple of ticks. Polish up the face, and... Okay, very loud. You don't need to do that. Success! Your watch is now in excellent shape. Go on, take it. And a bargain is a bargain. You wish to know more about my mysterious minions, yes? I'm certain Whisper mentioned the yokai to you. I've brought a handful of these supernatural beings with me from my homeland. Like Whisper, this feisty feline is also a yokai, but from a different tribe. Some yokai grow to be quite friendly once they get to know you. Others, however, are mischievous and to blame for otherwise inexplicable happenings. If you wish, I can introduce you to the more affable ones I've brought. Should the yokai warm up to you, they will become stalwart allies who you can summon to fight at your command. A gold saucer, anyway. But there is a slight caveat. I cannot accept a Eorzean currency for my services. I deal primarily in yokai metals. I'm feeling generous since you helped me to retrieve Whisper, so I'll give you one for free. To obtain more, well, that's where your yokai watch will come in handy. Should you chance upon certain fateful happenings, put the watch on your wrist and you shall be rewarded for your meritorious deeds. In addition to the yokai, I also brought other wares which may interest an adventurer like you. Exotic weapons, specially designed by the fine artisans of my company. We accept legendary metals as payment for these weapons. Here, should our weapons suit your tastes, this yokai medallion will prove useful in explaining where you can obtain the necessary legendary metals for each weapon. A bit of an inconvenience, I know, but I would be a terrible businessman if I simply gave away our wares for free. Whew, Whisper's long-windedness is starting to rub off on me. Feel free to speak with me about the yokai or these weapons at your leisure. I still have a few loose ends to tie up here at the Gold Saucer, so I trust that I won't be wandering for a while. Oh, and my real name is Nohi. Yes, Nohi. Glad to finally make your acquaintance.
Yokai medals are a symbol of entering a sacred bond. More than a friendship, more than a marriage. With a yokai watch, you will be able to gain those medals. I told you it would allow you to encounter unbelievable beings, didn't I?
I'm not getting married to a fucking sperm, bro. Or the cat. Sorry. It's just not happening. So we got the yokai medal, a simple silver coin that sends chills down your spine, and the yokai watch.
When I was lost in those deep woods, I met a fluffy little creature who was white as snow and floated through the air like a cloud, only to vanish before my eyes. Could it be that I had my first encounter with an Eorthian yokai?
Maybe. A pleasure to see you again. Have you come to meet more yokai, or perhaps browse my array of special goods? Why did I choose to travel to Eorzea? Aside from business, I also came to visit a friend of mine. He's prone to wandering himself, but I always know when he's close by the jangling sound he makes when he walks. Speaking of jangling, I found my coin purse rather empty after I arrived at the Gold Saucer. Must have dropped some medals from my homeland when I made my way here after searching for Whisper. Oh yeah, if you want to buy the Framer's Kit, he says, terribly sorry, but this prize is meant only for those who have befriended each and every yokai. If you wish to earn it, you can start by gathering yokai medals and growing your circle of companions. But let's go ahead and just buy a minion. I like Venoct. Go for him. Let's get you acquainted then. Meet your new friend, Venoct. I hope you two will get along. All of the acquisition dialogues are kind of variants of that, in case you're curious. Alright, we're going to take a quick detour to talk about the different yokais that you can get. To start, we have Jibanyan. He might take his anger out on passing vehicles. After being run over, Jibanyan was bound to a busy crossroad where he spent his days taking revenge on any passing vehicles that stood in his way. I'm kind of busy right now. Then we have Koma-san. He got bored with guarding his shrine. Now he wants to guard you. Koma-san is a lion dog that came from a rural area. He often expresses awe when traveling in the city. Oh my swirls! Whisper, your very own yokai butler, at your service.
A self-proclaimed yokai butler? With the way he talks, you would think him a know-it-all, but he's really a know-nothing. Hold on to your butler.
We have Blizzaria. She's a yokai with immense chilling power. A yokai with the power to make temperatures drop, Blizzaria can make snow fall in summer and freeze volcanoes. Summer fever. QB. He's actually quite charming once you get to know him. This fox yokai is one of the strongest yokai around. He can easily erupt with power, like a volcano.
How ridiculous.
Komajiro. He might as well tag along on your adventures as he searches for his older brother. Komajiro is Koma-san's younger twin. He looks for his runaway brother, but can't find him anywhere.
Oh my swirls!
Manjimat. He hopes to become a CEO someday. A man-faced poodle who enjoys scaring people frightened by a poodle with a man's face.
Doggone it.
Noko. This yokai is one lucky snake. Nyoko is always scared of being seen by humans, which happens a lot since it's terrible at hiding. Noko. Venoct. All of his abilities are truly first class. An elite yokai who fights with his dragon scarf. Shogunyan. This legendary warrior's armor spells faintly of tuna. This yokai is Jibanyan's legendary warrior ancestor. He just loves skipjack tuna and carries it around in his armor. Heart of a warrior. Hovernyan. He may be a wanderer, but he's actually quite dependable. Although he's floating, he's actually very down to earth. The white mark on his forehead is an honorable battle scar.
I've got your back.
Robonyan F-Type. It's an upgraded robot that thinks it's a cat. An upgraded model of Robonyan, he removed all of his unnecessary functions to become the perfect robot cat. Activating sleep mode. US Apion, A yokai who aims for the moon. A yokai from across the sea, USA peon hopes to someday venture into space. He uses Vader mode when he's angry. Shuto! Lord Enma. The last in a line of kings who guided the fate of the yokai world. The last in a line of kings who guided the fate of the yokai world. Within him dwell both the souls of a courageous young human boy and an all-powerful yokai. Bring it on! Lord Ananta, the new ruler of the yokai world. Once a rival of the now abdicated King Enma, he became a trusted ally and friend. Let us be off. Zazel, counselor to generations of Enmas, the yokai kings. He repelled the corruption of the Overseer with the last Enma after he abdicated the throne. My lord! And Demona, the daughter of an Oni pirate king. She is learned in the mystic arts, but as a trade-off, lacks emotion. Demona is skilled in the mystic ways, knocking out foes with energy rays. Like and subscribe if you get that reference. Anyway, that's all of the stupid fucking yokai. Thank God they didn't add any more in this new patch, because if they did, I would be fucked. But I'm not, thankfully. Let's go look for some fucking imps. Hey man, sorry I'm late. Ah, you've arrived. Notice anything out of the ordinary? Yeah, man, there's a fucking ghost over there. Did you see that? Normal. Normal. Yup. Seems normal so far. Yeah, no, nothing really looks out of the ordinary, man. Yeah, that's pretty normal. It's just a guy in a suit. Uh-oh. He saw us. Don't move. Squee! What the fuck? What did it just say to me? Yeah, that's just a dude in a suit. Indeed, an imitation and nothing more. We have found the source of the rumors, but saucer imps unmasked, just normal men and women in costume? Why, that sounds more to me like a waste of good ink. It's unacceptable, worthless, unfit for consumption. Gods, I grow drowsy just thinking about writing such a thing. Our readership would be appalled. Fortunately, there is another curious lead I wish to pursue. In doing so, we may frame our story around the current festivities, then recount the role of the imps within them. Yes, that might suffice. You see, as I awaited your arrival, I questioned the attendant at the front desk as to the imp's origins. Strangely enough, I was told that only a select few staff members were present at the planning stages of this affair, and fewer still know who proposed the initial idea. I was, however, informed that a staff member on the floor, a man attending to an imp, may have the information we seek. If we split up and search the saucer, we're bound to find him. Alright. I shall leave Wonder Square to you. Let us reconvene here when our rounds are complete. Great. Well, now that I'm here, might as well do a little bit of gambling. Fuck! Shit! Yeah! Remember, kids, always gamble. You only lose when you stop. Oh, there's one. Hey. Who came up with this stupid idea? Well met, my good man. My companion and I are delighted to make your acquaintance. He cannot speak like you and I, but I assure you he is oh so fond of making new friends on this joyous, impish occasion. Whose idea was this bullshit? What is the occasion, you ask? Why, the March of the Imps, of course. 'Tis a fresh new take on our annual celebration here at the Gold Saucer, as suggested by one of our staff. When we first received word of it, we were rather baffled by the concept, but it seems to have made a positive impression on our guests. That wasn't funny. To present our patrons with the most engaging experience possible, we've outfitted our attendants with impish attire. These costumed imps are free to frolic about the saucer and bring joy to those they meet with an adorable squee or kapapa. Why imps, one might ask, and they would have very good reason to do so. Alas, I myself was never told the exact reasoning, but if you're keen to learn more of the march, I know just the imp who can assist you. He's the one who coined the idea for it, after all. I last saw him on the second floor at the Manderville Lounge. He may still be there if you hurry. If he should speak to you in the impish tongue, you needn't fret. He's particularly unique, even among his brethren, and he makes his intentions quite clear to those not versed in imp speak. If you're searching for the imp I spoke of, you should be able to find him at the Manderville Lounge. He may still be there if you hurry. Oh, God.
Squee! Kappa! Kappa!
What? Though you feel as though there's been some grave misunderstanding, the imposing imp suddenly entrusts you with a set of impish attire. His piercing gaze reaches into the very depths of your soul, and you somehow come to understand what he's trying to tell you. Go forth, my stalwart apprentice. You have the sinking feeling that the imp will not provide you with the information you require until after you have completed your task. It's now your solemn duty to don the impish attire and entertain the patrons in Event Square.
Squee! Kappa!
Well, if the people are impressed by an imp coming at them with a samurai sword, then I'm the guy for the job, I guess. Hey, you stupid fuck. Judging by the eccentric attire, I'm going to assume you work here. But tell me, which of these attractions aren't stacked against me? I've lost nearly all my MGP today, and I need to find a way to earn it back somehow. This is a casino, sir. I think you're in the wrong place. Here, yeah, whatever, man. Bloody hells, I wasn't expecting you to talk. Never mind the question, actually. I need a moment to recover from that. Okay, I'm done. He didn't like that one. Squee. What, is that your way of consoling me? As if I need pity from an oversized frog. Still, I appreciate the sentiment. Luck may not be on my side, but it's nice to know that someone else is. What a loser. Hello. Wow, you're one of those new mascots. You must know all about the prizes here, right? I saved up lots of MGP, but I'm not sure what to exchange it for. Just get a water imp. How come you can talk? Senor Sabatender doesn't talk. Why can't you be like him? Man, fuck you, kid. Die! Whatever. Kappa. I implore you, Kappa. Eee, aren't you cute? If only I could take you home with me. That's slavery. Don't do that. It's bad. Oh, I know. We have these little imps that look just like you at the prize counter. Daddy, I want a water imp. Let's go get one. Please, please, pretty please. I'll hold you at gunpoint if you don't let me get it. That's probably fine. Hello. Oh, hello there. You must be that new mascot that's been marching about. Some manner of imp, was it? I like your hat, head thing. Beep boop, I am the pinnacle of imp technology. What in the world does that even mean? Mascots are supposed to be cute and cuddly, not cold and calculating. Fuck you, die! Squee? Oh, precious. I was a bit afraid to chat with you at first, but you're much friendlier than I imagined. First Senor Sabatender, now you. Oh, but that I had never had to leave the saucer. I could spend the rest of my days surrounded by adorable creatures like you. Freak. While we're on the way back to the imposing imp, I'm gonna tell you guys a little story about my experiences with mascots. So one time, when I was much younger, I don't remember exactly how young I was, but I must have been pretty young. My family was on a kind of a trip around Europe, and we were on a not like a cruise ship, but like, you know, a ship that you stay on overnight as you cross large boundaries of water. And I was running around in the halls, you know, like a little kid does, and I rounded a corner and ran straight into I don't even remember what kind of mascot it was, but it was like the ship's mascot. Somebody dressed up in a costume of that mascot, and it scared the shit out of me so much that I screamed at the top of my lungs, then dove and hid under one of the nearby dining tables and just stayed curled up in a ball there for a couple minutes until my dad finished apologizing to the staff and was like, okay, come on out, we can go. And then they got me like a little Lego set of the ship, which was pretty cool. And that's the main experience I've had with mascots. So there you go. The more you know. Hey, I did your stupid work for you. Kappa-pa! The imposing imp appears downcast, as if he was expecting someone else. Perhaps it would be best to remove your impish attire. Okay, now whose fucking idea was this? Kappa! Okay, fuck her. Oh, wait, no, he's leading me somewhere. Yeah, that's the guy. He wanted to know. Did we have to watch him leave? No, okay. In the ephemeral moments that the imposing imp's gaze meets yours, you are overcome with a mysterious sense of obligation and realize what he's trying to tell you. Let us continue our discussion at Entrance Square. Sure. Hey, buddy. Ah, there you are. Loath as I am to admit it, my search for the one behind this event has yielded little success. Regardless of my results, it's plain to see the imps are well loved by all, but I cannot write an article on that fact alone. How did you fare, my honorary assistant? I did real good, actually. Found this naked guy. And apparently he started the event, so that was interesting. I don't really know what the deal with that is. Greetings, fair patrons, and apologies for this sudden intrusion. I am Godbert Mandeville, proprietor and namesake of this fine establishment. Holy shit! The Godbert Mandeville? Never did I think I'd meet a member of the Syndicate face to face. Surely you of all people must know who proposed the idea for this event. Your generous deeds this day have not gone unnoticed, so I believe an explanation is in order. It was I who proposed the idea for these festivities, as a matter of fact. Perhaps you are already aware, but we employ a void scent known as Typhon here at the Gold Saucer. Summoned into this world by the Somaturgus Guild, he is a diligent soul who utilizes his formidable fungars to our patrons' benefit. It was not long after I hired Master Typhon that I became acquainted with a high-ranking member of the guild. Through him, I learned of a curious spell from ages past known only as Imp. True to its name, the spell transforms the target into the very beings you have espied marching about the saucer. I found myself quite enamored with these adorable creatures and sought to answer the question that yet lingered in my mind. Where did the imps come from, and how did their spell fall into the hands of man? I pored through what resources were available on the subject, yet I could not find a definitive answer. Heartbreaking though it was, I was left with no choice but to leave the creature's lineage shrouded in mystery. Nevertheless, I could not allow their history to fade into obscurity. When it came time to decide the theme of our annual festivities, I crafted the impish attire based on my findings and proposed a celebration in their honor. You utilize these costumes not only to entertain, but to educate others as well. And with that, the full story is laid bare. Indeed.
though I know not if such a conclusion will prove ideal for the Savnarian truth.
I feel a story coming on. Myth made manifest at the Gold Saucer. Thaumaturgical history reveals Imp's mystery. Ha ha! Yes! This is the scoop I seek. What? It is as Master Manderville says. Much about these imps remains an enigma, but they have brought countless smiles to the Gold Saucer. Readers shall doubtless want to know of their existence, as well as the event that brought these few facts to the fore. Such passion and drive to shed light upon the unknown is a fascinating tale, one that I shall do my utmost to depict.
Ho 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 ho! That's the spirit, lad. 'Twould be an honor to see our imps grace your publications page. I shall look forward to reading about your account of it in the coming days. This young man's story will doubtless bring all the more attention to the March of the Imps, so I must express my thanks in the spirit of this celebration, with a set of impish attire, of course. Here you go. It may smell of body oil, but don't worry about that.
You have my deepest gratitude as well, adventurer. Inspiration calls and I must away to make these ideas a reality, but your contributions were vital to this discovery. You are more than deserving of reward. Here's some money. Thanks.
A job well done, my friend. The festivities shall be underway for some time yet, so I hope you will not squander the opportunity to enjoy this moment of respite and march with our fellow imps.
Sure, whatever. It's worth noting, by the way, that if you had finished the A Realm Reborn Hildebrand quests, Godbert would also offer an additional mention of the fact that Typhon's friend Ultros is quite proficient in using the spell Imp, which he is. He did it. And the beast leaves forever. Alright, let's do a quick sweep of the Gold Saucer to see if we can't find any unique happenings with the imps. These imps don't hold a candle to Sinor Sabatender. Get a fucking room. Oh, hey, it's Roland. So we meet again! You could not have picked a better time to come. This event is one of my personal favorites. I heartily encourage you to take your place on stage. Actually, I think that might just be a normal Gold Saucer line, but I don't fucking know. Oh, hey. Such intriguing creatures, these water imps. If I am ever fortunate enough to dream of them, I would invite them to our Hatchingtide festivities without delay. Perhaps one day, they might even decipher our language and speak with us more candidly. I once welcomed a curious talking rabbit to our celebrations and would welcome talking imps with equal enthusiasm. Is that a fucking microaggression?
Kapapa!
True.
Kapapa!
Oh. Hey, Keep. When I heard that the Gold Saucer took a new approach to their annual celebration, I thought it best to report my findings and write something up before my rivals had the chance, but now that I've seen it for myself, I'm not quite sure where to begin. Well, that's gonna do it for today's seasonal adventures. Thank you, folks, very much for joining me on this. And remember that if you enjoyed this series, you can always check out the playlist that this video is a part of to see any more of the series of Savara's seasonal adventures, as well as A Realm Reread, the series that it is a spin-off of. If you're curious about catching me streaming live, I stream sporadically on twitch.tv/officialpunguy, which you can also access in the video description, as well as a link to the Discord server where you can get updates on what the fuck is going on with everything. But until next time, thank you guys very much for joining me, and have a wonderful day.